Pinky's out, guys. Hi, hey, hello, Governor. Welcome to a Market Down production. My name is Ruxin. I am joined by Kevin Gisanti. I am joined by Andre. I'm joined by Andre Johnson, and I am joined by Taco Cummins. And we are here to talk about Money in the Bank 2023, emanating live from the UK, the O2 Arena, I believe. But let's cut right to the chase. We are talking Money in the Bank. So right off the bat, Kevin James, if you will, how much money do you have in your bank account right now? How much money in the bank do you have?
Redacted. I would also like to say to all of our listeners, I understand the severity of 9/11, and I would never take advantage of that terrible day for fame.
That took me a second.
Yeah. I feel like we're isolating a lot of people right off the bat here. So I guess we'll just move on to the next person. Taco, how much money do you have in your bank account?
Enough.
You just moved, so we'll be understanding about the amount.
Enough. I have enough. About let's say one college year's worth, depending on how nice the university is.
University? Oh my God, bro. Okay.
What he meant to say was it was community college, but no judgment.
I could afford a couple of classes in community college, I guess, but like.
I went to university.
All right.
Go Stags.
Okay, Andre, how much money do you have in the bank? That's you, Chad, by the way.
Yeah, I figured. I don't think I'd be homeless, but
we're not James over here, you know. That's fair.
My James is in a different tax bracket. Or
yeah,
Kevin,
absolutely.
Shall I say. Yeah, absolutely. I'm nowhere near Kev's shit at all.
Yeah, this is gonna be annoying for me with these names that I've picked for everyone because like my best friend's name is Andre, and then one of my other best friends' name is Kevin. Actually, let me not give him any props. Fuck, you're okay, Kevin. But
wait, so are you Pete? Oh no, you're Ruxin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I should be Pete because I'm like, main character and everything, but
Oh, Ruxin, the league.
Yeah.
That floated.
I just
got that off a taco.
Okay. Yeah,
there's a taco in Odd Future. I didn't know what the fuck.
I feel like if you guys tried a little harder, one of you could have been Rafi, but let's get on topic. We're talking about Money in the Bank, and in honor of Money in the Bank, we are doing predictions, and the predictions have a prize as always. Whoever is the best predictor, I will Venmo them $1. And $1 cash money. If I could do a Wilmer Valderrama impression right now, I would, but I can't, so I'm not gonna. But we got $1 on the line. Everyone knows this. Everyone's pumped about it. Everyone is bringing their A game. So let's go right into the show. 5 minutes into the recording, we're gonna start off with a title match, with a world title match, with a definitely not a consolatory title that will definitely main event pay-per-views match. Seth Freakin, the F stands for Freakin Rollins, versus Finn, the person who has become the sympathetic character in this feud, Bálor, for the World Heavyweight title. This feud would be so much better if it was 3 months from now, where it's believable that Seth can lose.
Yep.
Like, it's actually really good. I know, like, no one watches Raw here besides me and sometimes James, but like, they had an amazing video package for Finn Bálor, and it literally was like, bro, damn, man, you are not wrong to feel the way you feel, dude. But Chad, you're new here. I'm sorry, Andre, you're new here. Who do you have and why in this match?
Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Simple enough. I don't think Finn is winning anything right now. even though I do like his trajectory and Judgment Day is looking better and better, but I think Seth is going to keep it, and whoever wins the Money in the Bank is going to take it off of him.
Yep, and we will get to that, absolutely. So I agree with you there. That all makes perfect sense to me. I think we're all going to say something along the lines of it's too soon to take the title off Rollins, especially mostly because it's a brand new title and you want to establish it. You don't want to immediately hot potato it. Obviously, he's not going to hold it for a Roman length of time, but he's going to hold it for a bit. Rev, in another life, I think we'd all be so excited about this match. You know, like, I don't know how much weed you've been smoking lately, Taco, but like, if you can remember, like 2015, imagine 2014 actually, Finn Bálor versus 2015 Seth Rollins. Think of how great that sounds. But who do you have in this match and why?
Well, you kind of took the words out of my mouth. It's too soon to take the title off of Rollins because you don't want to restart a title with a hot potato. And you were also right, I think, and you and James, saying that if this was a few months down the road, this would have been better because I think Finn would have had a much better chance. So I'm going to pick Seth. I think it's going to be a very good match. These two usually put on clinics when they're together. So it'll be entertaining. I think Finn will, make us believe a little bit that he's going to win. But Seth retaining just makes too much sense storyline-wise and timeline-wise. So it should probably be Seth Rollins.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I do not disagree with you on that one. Unfortunately for Finn, he has a really, really bad track record against Seth Rollins. Dude has won one match out of like 10 that they've had. And a small detail in all their matches, Rollins always gets the one-up with the sling blade. They both do it. Finn never hits Rollins with it. He always counters and ends up being the one to hit one on Finn. Very small detail, but it really shows the
I wonder if that's something they've like planned out and done, and eventually it'll come back.
I think eventually it will pay off with Finn doing one to him, but that's definitely something a premeditated thing. Like, hey, we both do this move. Let's make a story out of the move itself. It's very cool. I'm always into that with their matches, but James, we both already said it. That 3 months from now, this would be amazing. Finn could have been a believable person to take it off of him. Judgment Day is on a tear right now. They're on top of the fucking world. But another thing I think would have also made this match better is if Finn Bálor had won his match at WrestleMania. Just saying, maybe all of Judgment Day should have won their matches at WrestleMania. That's just a wild idea. I know no one's ever thought before, but maybe there's something there. But despite all that, who are you going with in this match, James?
I'm going with Seth, but it's not as far apart as I think the rest of you guys see it. They have been doing a very good job of promoting how many successful title defenses Seth has. That Seth has, I think, just as many title defenses in his reign as Roman has had in like the last 7 months or something. And they've really been highlighting how much of a fighting champion Seth has been. So if Roman's reign is going to be defined by length, this belt could be defined by its work rate. So if Finn were to win, or if they wanted to put it on Finn, I don't think it's that outside the realm of this is going to hurt. I don't think it would hurt the belt, really. I don't think it would truly hurt the belt. And I think they've built enough genuine enthusiasm for Finn to win it that people would be on board with it and would be happy to see him as champion, especially considering the feud he had with Roman, 2 years ago at this point. So
I don't see how that would make people happy he was champion, but
because
I guess you need like a way that it makes up for that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I am still gonna go with Seth because it's the safer option. But if Finn pulled off the unbelievable on Saturday and won the title, I don't think I'd be that shocked. I think it's more of a possibility than we're allowing it to seem.
That makes sense.
Wow. Amazing insight, you guys. I am going for Seth Rollins because he'll probably be dressed better. So let's keep the car running Arcade Fire style and talk about another title match. That joke was for Nick Maniotis. I don't even think he gets it, but it's a match that is very much for this particular crowd. It is Gunther, who has always been known as that name and by nothing else, versus Matthew. Please let Randy Orton come back. Riddle. This match has happened all over the UK independent scenes. It's literally like a standard match for that crowd. Like there's the most for this crowd match. It's literally like, we know you like this because you've seen it all the time. They've had a lot of people don't know that, but they've had a lot of matches. James can tell you probably the exact promotions. I think I'm PWG, maybe, I don't know. What other,
Evolve,
they've had it for, but
yeah,
Evolve. Yeah, definitely Evolve. So
Rev
they've
Pro.
had this match. This is probably Rev Pro too. Yeah, probably every single one. They probably even did it for like What Culture Pro Wrestling. Like they've wrestled a bunch. So this is gonna be awesome. So Kevin James again. These aren't exactly big meaty men slapping meat, but it is going to be a lot of meat slapping. So let me ask you, how does one prepare for all that meat slapping? Also, who will beat the other person off in this match?
Well,
I think the most tenderized will be Riddle. It's Gunther versus Riddle. I think Gunther is going to be doing a lot of tenderizing. I think he's going to soften him up. I think he's going to beat him down, beat him up, pull that pork. And I think Riddle's going to give him a very good match. And I think Riddle is always capable of giving very good matches. But I'm also at a point where I don't really care about Riddle's career. I'm 100% all in on Gunther. I want him to break the honky tonk reign. Like, I wish that they still had Santino around just so they could do the honkometer and just do it specifically for him. Like, he's not even going for the title. He's just doing the honkometer for Gunther. And as to how you prepare for it, as somebody who has been chopped recently,
check out the video. We'll link it in the description or the comments or something. Thanks, whoever's producing this.
You just take it. You just take it and you try not to look like a bitch.
That's great meat slapping advice there. Andre, who do you have in this very prime indie, prime NXT match that we're getting just for the UK crowd specifically?
I absolutely agree with everything Kev said. I'm going Gunther all the way. Gunther has to beat Honky Tonk Man. He has to at this point. And the person who takes it from him has to be a big deal as well. Riddle doesn't really feel like a big deal at this moment. I do care about his career, unlike James, but I don't think it's in the cards for him right now. He doesn't need it.
He needs
something else.
Yeah, probably a little Blue Dream. Gives you
also,
those.
I do call Randy coming back.
Yeah, I think at this point, I would just love for him to come back. For him, like, it'd just be such a feel-good moment for Orton to come back. Oh my God, he can RKO Kaiser. God, I love Ludwig Kaiser's become like one of my favorite fucking people on Raw every week. It's so weird how much I love that dude.
Great. He's
like,
great.
Yeah, the
He's
way he carries himself
is
is so fucking good. Yeah. He just gets it. Like he's on point with that. But yeah, I understand. Isn't it crazy? Why is Honky Tonk Man's record one of those records that's still standing? Like, we had to break Kane's elimination record, which wasn't even that old of a record. It was only like 14 years old when Roman broke it. Like, we had to break Becky's record like 2 years after. Like, we had to break fucking. I actually don't know. Is the U.S. title one broken yet? No, right? It's still Dean, or I don't know. I think it's still Dean. But
they whoever is holding it beat Dean's record. Because
Theory, that's pathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No,
really,
no.
really sad.
I mean, whoever's holding the record, like somebody beat Dean's
Oh,
record.
okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
no, not Theory.
Yeah.
I think, didn't Sheamus hold it longer than Dean, like
No.
right after him?
No,
No?
he beat
Okay.
Dean for it, but he definitely did not hold that for long.
Okay.
But
Never mind. Forgive
But
me.
yeah, Honky Tonk's record's not one we got to uphold. And there was a report months ago that that's something WWE wants to do, is make more modern history with records and stuff. And, you're never going to beat, Bruno's record. You're never even going to beat like Hogan's record, but you can beat Honky Tonk Man's record.
I
So,
can also say personal experience. Honky Tonk Man like bullied me at Comic-Con one year, so like I've been waiting for that record to break for years now.
That's great to know. So when it is broken, you're gonna have to make a little short video about it. Just basically saying "fuck you, Honky Tonk," more or less. You could say it more eloquently, but Taco, who do you have in this match? And let me ask you specifically, how many chops?
Oh God.
A lot. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. I was trying to figure out who holds the record for combined days, and it looks like it's Lex Luger for the U.S. title.
But we don't care about combined reigns. We care about longest
The
individual
longest reign,
reign.
yeah.
I think he has it too.
Oh, there we go. All right.
I thought Dean had it.
Well, according to Wikipedia, it's Luger.
Oh, okay.
He might have had it for the WCW record. It's sort of like there are two records.
Yeah,
for the WCW
okay.
record
Yeah,
and the
this is
WWE record.
1989. He had it for starting in '89. He had it for 523 days.
Okay, yeah. That's definitely
So
the
Dean,
truest record.
for the modern era between, because after Luger is Rick Rude, who had it for 378 starting in 1991, and then after that, starting in 2013, is Dean Ambrose at 351.
So Dean still has the WWE record then. That's awesome. I could have swore.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Over under on shops, I will go 18 and a half because I think Riddle's going to probably get in a bunch too, or at least trying to. And that's total chops, not like, I'm going to take out a log chop. Anyway, as for the match itself, I'm excited for it. I mean, Danny, there's a reason they ran this back a million times on the British Indies. It's a good matchup. It should be a lot of fun. I think the obvious pick here is Gunther. He is just destroying everybody, an absolute world beater at the moment. Triple H loves him. He probably wants him to beat this record. So it makes a lot of sense. And this is one of those matches where, even though I probably know the outcome, I'm expecting a very good match out of these guys. And I'm expecting a very physical match out of these guys. Because, Riddle, former UFC guy, Gunther, just a very physical wrestler. I think, like you said, started the segment, it's not big meaty men slapping meat, but there will be a lot of meat being slapped. So bring your lube, everybody.
Absolutely amazing, wonderful insight, you guys. Thank you so much.
I wish you guys could have seen James's face when I said that.
Yeah, obvious winner is obvious, but it's not a bad thing. Gunther's gonna win. This might be match of the night. It might very well be match of the night. So, no matter what, it's gonna be awesome. But we are gonna stick.
Quick fun fact, just because I'm looking at the U.S. title reign list, you know who's right behind Dean, like 8 days, less? MVP.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah, his whole career was that title, pretty much.
Are they combined reigns, or is that one reign?
That was a single reign. He had it for 343 days. Dino had it for 351.
That U.S. title reign is MVP's ticket into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mostly the feud with Matt Hardy, honestly. But
that was a.
I agree, Chad. Pros, but I agree because I know you complimented it. But we're gonna move on to another title match the only other title match left. It's the women's tag team titles. It's Olivia Morgan versus Raquel. Definitely happy with the new build against Affirmative Action. Rodriguez versus Ronda. Do you even want to be here? Rousey and Shayna. Why do you still want to be here? Baszler for the women's tag titles. And the MMAers are going to win, right? We're all in agreement there, right?
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I would like to see maybe a heel turn from Raquel, though.
No,
That would be
yet.
two. That would be two big, partners that Liv has had turn on her in the last year. Let Liv just have somebody to jump in her arms.
RR turning on her. Also, Raquel's probably going to be Rhea's next challenger, so she's probably just going to stay face until after that. But this. Look, I like 75% of the people in this match, and two of them are halves that make up basically 3/4 of the people I like in this match. But it's thrown together. It's last minute. It's good that Liv is back from injury so soon. So that is really good. Glad they get to be on the card. And hey, if they over deliver, that's fantastic. We get a good match out of it. But I don't want to waste too much time on it because they didn't put any effort into this. This is a very last minute addition to the card.
We've probably spoken more than the match will last.
Yeah. But honestly,
sounds like the women's tag team division.
Yeah. Welcome back, Liv, though. Welcome back, Liv.
Love Liv.
So that's freaking awesome. But she'll probably get pinned because Raquel's going to probably move on to face Rhea. So actually, that's unfortunate now that I think about it. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on to a match that could be the main event, but it's not going to be. But it could main event a WrestleMania. We're moving on to Cody Rhodes versus Dom. This is going to be unbelievable. This is going to be so good. I am fascinated by this match. In-ring wise, it's probably going to be mediocre, but environment wise, this is going to be unreal. I have no idea how Cody is going to be received. And I have 2 ideas of how Dom is going to be received. And it's going to be magnificent. This dude is either going to get a little bit of ironic cheers, which is fun. That's fine. Or they are going to drown out every other city that has genuinely drowned out Dom in the past 6 months. And they are going to boo like we've never fucking heard before. It's going to be fantastic. Once the bell rings, I will probably not care at all. Or once they start wrestling, I probably won't care at all. But when the bell rings and they're just looking at each other, before they really truly lock up, this crowd is going to eat this kid alive. It is so exciting. It is so weird how into this I am. This is a filler feud for Cody's filler feud for Cody to get back to the title. This is but it's so interesting. It makes perfect sense. You take your top babyface and you put him against your top heel, even if your top heel is ridiculous, like Dom is. Some things just are stupid, but make sense at the same time. And this is one of those things. So, I think there's an obvious answer, but I think there's maybe a chance that the guy who has no business winning this match could win this match. So,
Cody,
Rev, let's taco about it, man. Okay, you got any thoughts, concerns, possible crowd hijacking?
Oh, I think there's a very good chance this is full-blown Bizarre World Maggle levels of crowd work here. I think there's a very good chance that Rhea's going to get cheered. Period. Yeah. End of discussion. I think there's a decent chance Dom gets cheered and Mr. America Cody Rhodes gets booed this entire match. I genuinely think there's a chance because the Brits are so smarky, and I mean this with all due respect. They are so smarky that they probably love Dom the way Squared Circle loves Dom, and that they love hating him so that they're going to cheer him. And Cody, is going to come out dressed like Homelander. And I think there's a decent chance he gets booed because of it. And just because he's facing Dom. So I'm almost more interested to see what the crowd does in this match than to see the actual match, but that does help make the actual match. As for the actual match, I do think Cody wins. Like you said, this is his filler feud for his filler feud before he gets back to the title. But I think Dom does a really good job here. I think there's a lot of cheating involved for Dom. If Dom does win, it'll definitely be dirty as all hell. And my bold prediction for this match, I think Rhea hits a riptide on Cody Rhodes. She's at least going to try one.
Absolutely. I can easily see that happening. Absolutely. She's not wrestling a match on the card, so she's going to be all over this match because she's been a big crux of it, that she's the one standing between Cody and Dom. So
also, good chance Dom breaks out some Eddie Guerrero, fake chair action. He throws a chair to Cody and goes down type of shit. I think there's a good chance he pulls that too. The crowd's going to eat that shit up.
Oh, yeah. The crowd is going to make this. Like, already, hats off to the crowd. Real quick, Taco, could I get could you give me 15 seconds of a British accent?
I could try. As I always say, you see, I can't. I always fall back in Australian.
You got 3 seconds in.
Sorry.
We lost it. All right.
You know what, bro? Like, I was doing it better earlier, and then it just immediately goes back in Australian. So at least Rhea's on the call, and when I do Australian, it kind of works out. But I can't do an extended British accent anymore. I've completely lost it. I'm sorry, mate.
It's given Grayson Waller.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
No, it isn't.
Jimmy, Kev, who do you have in this match? And more importantly, how insane is this crowd going to be?
Andre Hogan. Hogan Rock. Rock Cena. Cody Dom. That is what I'm expecting. Anything less will be a disappointment. I am gonna bet against the farm here, or I'm gonna bet the farm. I'm gonna bet against the house. I am betting the farm here. I'm betting on Dom to win.
Ooh.
I'm betting on Dom to win. I'll give you a shiny dollar, crisp dollar bill.
I was gonna say, what presidential coin or Sacagawea were you gonna give us?
I have a crisp dollar bill that Dom's gonna win, and I think Rhea is gonna be a massive misdirect.
And it's gonna be Brock.
I think it's gonna be Brock. I think Brock costs Cody the match, and then we get Cody Brock at SummerSlam. Cody Brock 3 at SummerSlam.
I'm so okay with that.
But more importantly than any of this, I want AEW to let Anthony Ogogo out of his contract so he could appear in the front row and just flip off Cody and have a massive amount of support. So we could have the longest of full circles I've ever seen in professional wrestling.
That's funny. I will say, I don't think this is a hot take, but I don't think Cody beating Anthony Ogogo was a problem. I think the promo, was a problem.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like Anthony Ogogo is a nobody, and I don't care, man. He can Anthony Ogogo
away
F himself, I was gonna be nice and say away, but I was like, I'll meet in the middle and I'll censor the F word. But I don't think you're crazy for that take, James. And I might be leaning towards that myself, but Andre Big Chad Johnson, who do you have in this? Let's say match, but who do you have in the scene, more or less?
James made very valid points, and I really, really want to lean towards that, but I think Cody's going to win. However, I mean, ultimately, we all know, win or lose, Dom is the clear winner of this feud and promo and everything, because he's fucking Dom. He's the greatest heel in WWE right now, which is insane to even think or say.
Because like Roman's there, you know.
No, fuck Roman. It's the fact that none of us, and it's documented, none of us liked Dom for a very long while, and now he's one of, if not the hottest. Like, he's great. Dom is great. He leans into this heel shit much better than he should. Dom wins. Cody wins the match, but Dom wins everything else.
Real quick, Jay, think about this. They had a promo where Cody verbally eviscerated Dom, and Dom won the promo because he slapped Cody in the face and hid behind Rhea. That's how good Dom is right now.
So, once again, unbelievable, wise insight, you guys. Thank you so much. But I'm actually going to agree with James. I think Dom wins. I think Brock costs them. I think both Brock and Rhea cost them the match. And then just think of all the promos from here until God knows when Dom gets back. I beat Cody Rhodes. I am Roman Reigns now. Like, only me, Roman. I'm in the company of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. The only people who beat Cody Rhodes. He can literally go challenge Seth immediately. Like, hey, I beat this guy you couldn't beat 3 times. I should be champion, not you.
Oh, you're making me want to change my pick. I'm gonna stay with it on principle, but
it's genuinely a matter of, does WWE have the balls to pull this off? Because it would be fantastic.
It is not the matter of that. It is Brock gonna be there? That's the only thing in question.
Does Brock want to get on a transatlantic
they will
flight?
do it. They will 100% do it.
I feel like he would do it for the payday, because them going to London is not like when's the next time they're going to be there at this magnitude? It's going to be another little while. So I could see them wanting to go all out and have all the big guns there.
Well, that's in Chicago.
Nice. Got him. Shut him down. Anyway, Dom, Cody Rhodes is John Cena, and Dom is Kevin Federline, and that's what's gonna happen. So we're gonna move on, but real quick, I just want to give a quick shout out, a quick 1 minute spotlight to Chad Gable, who's not on the card, but like, the Alpha Academy has been like so great the past 6 weeks and been so fun. And they've gotten fucking Maxine Dupree over, and like genuinely, and Chad has found his new like 20-year-old reference that he's gonna drive into the ground and get over as fuck, and have people not realize that it's a reference, because he's decided to reference one specific episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Dennis.
This isn't even the first one. He's referenced Dennis before, and we've missed it. He's just a hardcore Sunny fan, apparently. Like, this is crazy.
But he also, like, you know, like, all of his other shtick is from movies from, like, the 90s. It's not like he didn't come up with shush or thank you. Like, those are from things. But yeah, he called the Viking experience idiots, savages, idiots. And it's so good. Not enough people. First of all, it's one of the top 10 Sunny episodes right there, Philadelphia. But Philadelphia. But I just wanted to give that quick shout out to Chad Gable. You're the man. You should be in this Money in the Bank ladder match that we are about to talk about right now. It is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. There are 7 people in the match, but there are only 3 options as to who you think is going to win. We are going to ignore the other people. Sorry, Ricochet. Sorry, Nakamura. Sorry, Santos Escobar. Sorry, 4th person I'm forgetting.
Butch.
Butch. There we go. Sorry, Butch. You are literally like, they're throwing you a bone here, man. I'm like, I hope you enjoy it, bro. Enjoy the hometown pop. That'll be good for you. But
that's why he's there.
You got 3 options. You got the dark horse, Damian Priest, guy who has been reportedly impressing everyone backstage with the performances in the Bad Bunny match and the Seth Rollins match and every other match. And if you go by WWE logic and booking, dude has taken a lot of pins lately, which sometimes means that they're like, oh, he's going to win the briefcase, so it's fine. We can pin him now. That is a WWE mindset. And whether it's Vince in charge or there's Triple H, they all buy into that crap. We all know it's dumb. We all think it's dumb, but they don't. So he's the dark horse here, but he is the third least likely. There's a huge gap between him and these other two options. You got LA Knight, the sentimental favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He is over as all get out. He is 2023's Zack Ryder. He's 2023's Rusev. And I'm saying that to almost temper your guys' expectations, because then you have, as good as it was be, because this guy's gotten over and he deserves something for getting over. What I think he's in the match for is to be the last person pushed off the ladder by the obvious winner, Logan Paul. You put the briefcase on Logan Paul. He has it in the background on his streams or whatever he does in his YouTube videos. You know, first of all, who's a YouTuber? Really, bro? Grow up. Who does that? But you put it on Logan Paul. Dude is fucking so good. Again, we do this all the time here on the Markdown Podcast. We have to separate the person from the performer. Logan Paul, the performer, unbelievable. Logan Paul, the person, hey, man, I hope you have a fireworks accident. Like, I don't care. Like, fuck you, you know? But, like, Logan Paul, the performer, please don't get in a fireworks accident. You're so good, and we need you, apparently. But I think the right choice is to put it on Logan Paul. The briefcase has suffered for the past, fucking 8 years, honestly, genuinely. Like, it's been, since Seth, it's been pretty shitty, honestly. Like, besides maybe one or two, and not even, like, good enough to be noteworthy, but just to not be bad. Put it on a fucking star. Get some credibility on it. And then anytime he shows up, because he's not always going to be there, it's like, oh, shit, not only is Logan Paul here, Mr. Money in the Bank is here. Oh, shit, like, this is a big deal. Plus, he has the history with Seth. You can literally have him beat Seth for the title, and that's crazy, but, like, you could do it. You could do it. That being said, I'm going to look, real quick sidebar, guys, and, you know, Rev, please cut this out, but, like, you guys put in the chat, one of you guys put in the chat, go to me first, but if you look around, all our names are fucking periods right now, so I don't know who the fuck said that, so, like, I don't know how I'm going to know that, but I had an order
Chad.
already. Well, that works out.
But we're all champing at the bit to go first here. I already know.
Well, I actually had Chad planned out to go first.
I actually don't mind going last on this one.
This is all. You are going last again. This is all planned out. It's all scripted that way, and now it doesn't feel like it. But you know, we're breaking the illusion a little bit. But so maybe tighten it up a little bit, guys. You know. But Chad, are you simping for Knight or are you primed for Paul?
Okay, so I have 3, not fantasies, but I have 3 storylines that could pan out with the 3 guys. Let's be honest, it's only those 3 guys in this match
100%,
that you said that could win. So, period. That's fine.
Sis. Period, sis.
I hate him.
James, sidebar. Real quick, maybe just think before you speak. Anyway, Chad, you were saying.
So I have these storylines in my mind that if any of these 3 guys win, and what will happen. I'm with you. Logan Paul makes the most sense. I mean, it's kind of the obvious answer. He's feuded with Roman. He's feuded with Seth. So we have that weird little itty-bitty, unpredictable scenario where, hey, he could cash in on either one because he's fought them both a couple times. And, it switches things around when he has it because, like, we all think the person who wins it is going against Seth. But if he won it and win against Roman, it would be both unpredictable and kind of cool. I mean, especially if Roman lost. LA Knight is someone I think if he won it, you give him the briefcase and let him keep the briefcase for like the rest of the year. until Mania and just keep building and making his moment, and then him taking it off of Seth or whoever's the world heavyweight champion. And that's just one, like you said, it's one of those feel good Zack Ryder-esque stories. I think everybody would be into that. Damian Priest is a very, very dark horse. It's very weird that I kind of want a little bit of what James said earlier, only for this to happen, even though I know it won't. But if Finn were to win versus Seth, and then Damian had the briefcase with all the rumblings
and Dom beats Cody.
Just give Judgment Day all the things this weekend. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but with all the Paul Heyman and the shaky Damian Priest shit they've been doing lately, and hinting at him breaking away from them or just being the leader, I think that would be kind of cool to see Finn versus Damian and Damian on top of everything for a minute. It kind of works. Any of the three work, I guess. My heart is saying LA Knight, but my head is saying Logan. So I guess we'll go Logan.
Yeah, and I want to point out something because I think it's what a lot of people's mindsets are. I was very careful with choosing my comparisons for LA Knight, and I compared him specifically to Rusev and Zack Ryder, and not Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Becky Lynch. Because if you think this dude is jumping from losing every match to being world champion, like, that's not happening, dude. What I think will happen, and it will be awesome, is I think LA Knight will be the guy to beat Theory for the U.S. title, and he should, because goddamn Theory is not helping that title, and it's not helping Theory. But that's my main thing, where I understand everyone wants LA Knight to win, and he's going to get probably pop of the night, honestly. He's going to get a bigger pop than Butch, like, by far in this match. But that's what you do it for the heat. You put it on Logan, do it for the exposure, Taco.
But
yeah.
What if we do CM Punk's like first Money in the Bank, where he had a few accolades, but he literally almost did nothing the first Money in the Bank win, and then became champion. But like I said, if you give it to LA, what if you treat the briefcase like a championship and just have LA Knight win the briefcase and win every fucking match for the next year? And then we finally see him jump into that higher tier.
On paper,
would that be acceptable?
On paper, sure, but it's WWE.
Do.
They don't do that. That's not just a Vince thing. That's an everyone thing. That's not a specific to Vince thing. That is a company-wide belief that you can beat the person with the briefcase, because when you win the briefcase, it's a reset, so you can beat them before they win it. And then when they have the briefcase, you can beat them, because when they have the championship, that's a reset in their eyes. So, wins and losses don't matter unless it's Roman Reigns, or unless it's Road Dogg explaining how wins and losses actually do matter while he's trying to explain that wins and losses don't matter, But it could in theory. I just think the proper move is to push him off last and get the heat for Logan Paul and just get massive, massive boos, especially if we're saying the Dom might not get the boos, But Taco, we're fine. We keep not letting Taco go. That's fine.
Or what if we Miz him and he wins the briefcase and then wins all their minor accolades while holding the briefcase?
You never want to Miz anybody, so that's already Taco. Who do you have in this match?
I agree
He's better
with
than
that.
Miz. Don't fucking pigeonhole him.
I agree that there are the three top choices of Paul, Knight, and Priest. Priest, I will always root for Damian Priest. He's a very good option. He obviously looks like a guy who can be a champion. He is a guy who can be a champion. And him having the briefcase is, more than okay. Like, it'd be really, really nice for him to have it. When he cashes in, I think everybody, big pop, it'll be good. But it'll be your standard, briefcase hold and cash in, I would think. Logan Paul obviously presents a very interesting option here because, like you said, Danny, he's going to have it, carry it around wherever he goes. It'll be all over his YouTube channel, all over his podcast, whatever he's doing. He's going to have the briefcase in his hand, and provides a very good marketing tool Yeah. But then what do you do with him when he cashes it in? Who does he cash in on? Because I don't know. I don't think my thing is I don't think whoever wins is going to cash in on Roman. I think they'll cash in on Seth or who's ever holding the World Heavyweight Championship. And it's kind of one of those things like if he has the briefcase and he cashes in, do you really want to Brock Lesnar the championship if he's not going to show up every week? Like the only way you put the briefcase on him is if he commits to being there, at least for a decent chunk of time every week. Because I think the World Heavyweight Championship should be on TV every week. Look what happened to Universal title and Brock holding it. It just disappeared. And anytime he came back, it felt like a big deal because it was Brock, but it was because of Brock, not necessarily the title itself. So I don't know. I just find it weird. You know what I mean? I really find that option very, very odd. And yeah, he can hold it for a long time and maybe hold it to around WrestleMania time when he's more liable to show up every week. But just I don't know. Honestly, I think your best answer here is LA Knight. His promo when Logan showed up and he came out, he stole the crowd from everybody in that ring literally by saying one word. He is so over right now. I think you capitalize. I think you have him win the briefcase. And he's proven in multiple companies he can be a world champion. I think you give him the title eventually and you fucking run with this guy because he is on fire. I disagree with your Rusev and Zack Ryder comparisons because Triple H is very high on him. And Triple H is in charge. And I truly think they're going to run with him. And if they don't, I think they're dumb as hell. Unless, like you said, they do give him the U.S. Championship, which they should have done already anyway. But just give this guy all the fucking things right now and capitalize while he's red hot.
Dude has been red hot. He wasn't on Mania, so how high is Triple H really on him? He hasn't had a feud ever since the Bray Wyatt one, and that's why he's Zack Ryder and he got it over in spite of his booking because he wasn't booked to be the strong person coming out of that feud. There was a tangible difference, and the world title is already so far. It has such an uphill battle. And putting it on Knight will not make that any easier.
But you
because
think
of how he's been booked?
But do you think putting it on Logan Paul and having him disappear with it for months at a time is better for that uphill battle?
Yes. Then
putting
on a guy who's won 2 matches all year. Yeah.
It's are we talking the briefcase or are we talking the title?
Yes.
The title specifically right now, but the briefcase, absolutely. The briefcase should be gone. The briefcase should not be there every week. The briefcase should be gone so that when it's there, everyone's like, oh, shit, is something about to happen? If the guy's there every week, who the fuck cares? That's why Theory fucked it up. I mean, actually, no, I give Theory a lot of shit. The briefcase stuff was not his fault. That was really stupid booking. But the briefcase 100% should be gone for a little bit. So when it shows up, it is a big deal.
I agree with that part. I agree with the cash-in would be good, but I think it'd be bad for the title.
I don't think so, man, because it just depends on when you do it. You don't do it immediately and then he's gone for months. You do it Survivor Series and he's there for the Rumble, he's there for Mania, and then it's fine if he misses the in-between pay-per-views in those cases because there's not a pay-per-view between Survivor Series and the Rumble anymore. So, you can have him be champion from Survivor Series to Mania, and then Pat McAfee can dethrone him for give a fuck. But
I think that's bad for this title.
I think it's better than LA Knight, and I like LA Knight a lot.
Sorry, Chad. Go ahead.
No, I selfishly want Knight to have it just so I can get those banging ass promos every time he comes out with the briefcase because he's going to talk the most shit and it's going to be the most entertaining television we've seen in a very long time. No one in this match can talk like him, which I know that's not an automatic, hey, give me a title card, but
you don't think Ricochet can talk like him?
Danny, it's a little too late in the evening to be fucking around.
It is. This is going on a long time because we're all very passionate about LA Knight, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm skipping you, James, by the way, but I'm just gonna move on with
He's
shots.
really good, man. He's really good, and I just think him with the briefcase. We can get him on both shows.
See, that's the thing with the briefcase. I don't think you can go wrong with either Knight or Paul. But like, you guys are letting your love for this guy like cast aside the fact that this dude would have been competing for the 24/7 title if it was still around. Like, that's how
Under
much he's
Vince,
lost.
maybe.
Yeah, but that's how much he's lost so much under Triple H that he would be a 24/7 title guy. Like, you cannot be like Triple H loves him when Triple H has been booking since this dude's been on the main roster. And
Just beat Rey
he's
Mysterio.
lost every match.
No,
Yeah,
not
his
true.
second win of like
he
the
started
fucking...
under Vince as Max Dupree and then became
so LA
again.
Knight has, he's been LA Knight on the main roster. He didn't wrestle as Max Dupree, so like, he was almost borderline undefeated as Max Dupree on the main roster. But like, you're talking about a guy jumping. And that being said, the easy counter argument there would have been, well, Logan Paul has lost like all of his fucking matches. That's the real counter argument to what I'm
Definitely
saying.
going to say Logan Paul has won against no one but The Miz.
Yeah, and LA Knight has beaten Rey Mysterio, which is what mid-carders did in 2009 to win mid-card titles.
Also, let's not forget, wins and losses don't matter. You just said it yourself. So if
I said it in a patronizing way, explaining that they didn't matter.
And LA Knight has 2. Knight has more. And if they don't matter, then who cares? Who fucking cares?
I also hate the fact that Logan Paul did not have to do a qualifying match. That really burns me up a little bit.
All right,
let's
be fair. Though. Let's be
participate in a regional qualifying match.
Let's be fair though. Brock Lesnar wasn't even in the match that he won the Money in the
Neither
Bank.
was Theory. Theory got put in as the match started. That being said, James, you gotta. I'm gonna give you 1 minute and 14 seconds to talk about this match. Go.
Why specifically that length of time?
It was chosen randomly. You've wasted 5 seconds already.
Okay.
I was about to say it's probably 1.10 now.
Priest works only because of Finn and the rest of Judgment Day, and I think it's better if he wins it and Finn doesn't win the title. Because then there's just resentment that Priest has a title shot that Finn doesn't have.
I like that.
I'm going to be chaotic and say it doesn't matter if it's LA Knight or if it's Logan Paul. Whoever it is should cash in on Jey Uso after the moment he beats Roman Reigns for the title. Best of both worlds. We've all said, listen, stop. We've all said Jey makes the most sense to beat Roman, but none of us give a shit about Jey as champion. The story ends with Jey beating Roman, but I do not need Jey Uso as WWE champion at all in my life. I don't need it. So let whoever takes the briefcase become the ultimate heel and beat the guy who beat Roman. I want it. Do it. Do it with LA Knight. Make him a megastar. Do it with Logan Paul and make him the most hated man in wrestling.
What you watching, Danny?
This is the thing.
No, that was the timer. I just had a ringtone instead of like a sound.
But see,
James got it right under the wire then.
I did.
And I'm gonna be I'm gonna be a higher up at this moment.
Well, Rev's Taco.
I hate being snarky, but do we see anybody in this match being the WWE champion, James?
I think LA Knight. I mean, it really depends. No one should cash in on Roman, but if they cash in on the guy who beats Roman, either the way I said it, where it's right then and there, or eventually after, you don't need an instant cash in. It's been a while since we've had I take that back. Theory had a good run with it. Not a good run, but he had a long
in
run.
terms of I know what you meant.
But I like the longer runs because it adds some anticipation.
Yeah, the ones
they
are
do
only for the women at the same pay-per-view.
Which they've had to stop, but we'll get to that. Yeah.
I feel like this match is it's catered to the world heavyweight. But
100%.
Yeah, it's just it screams world heavyweight.
Yeah,
Unless
and it will.
Logan Paul
Paul's
wins,
gonna do
then
it.
I can see. I can see Logan Paul cashing in on Roman. I can see that.
Do you see him winning?
Against
I can see
Roman?
him-
No. But I don't think anyone's gonna cash in on Roman.
I think it can happen, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that's
it's
that's
plausible
why,
because there's history there, but
yeah,
Right.
that's why I don't like it. Like, I would rather have him cash in on Seth. But again, I
Also-
want to see a longer briefcase hold, which
Also,
allows for a
who
lot
the
more
fuck are
possibilities.
we can get another fucking Baron Corbin, and whoever wins the briefcase, it doesn't matter because they won't get the title.
Yeah, but that's what the new title's for, man.
yeah.
I mean,
Look, no, I
feel
agree.
the same.
I'm gonna tell you, again, even if LA Knight wins, he might also fail because, praise Triple H all you want, but he has that WWE brand where he's like, "Fuck you, I'm not." Oh, you guys want Booker T to win WrestleMania? Yeah, the guy you want's not gonna win. Let's be real here.
Yeah,
I'm just
Triple H
trying to get everyone to be like a little more realistic about it, okay? Like, we didn't get Sammy beating Roman. You
But-
think we're gonna get LA Knight as world champion? Like,
But realistically, too, I know Triple H, like it's been like reported, Triple H does not want Logan Paul to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. He's fighting hard to make sure he doesn't get the briefcase.
Yeah.
So
The
only
marketing
person-
people want him to win the briefcase.
Yeah.
the market down people want him to win the briefcase. Yeah,
No,
we're
no,
on
No,
the same
no,
page
no,
here.
no,
I
no, no,
think
no, 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 no,
that's
no,
what
One mark.
we're all on the same page here.
One mark
Listen.
amongst men.
It's just a
I'm
better idea.
so-
But you know what? It could be LA Knight. I'm not even going to be mad if it is. I'm just saying it's a wild jump, and I won't take him seriously as champion. But like, he'll be great at it. But like, I'll be like,
But you wouldn't
This
take
is-
Logan
this is a
Paul
mid-card.
serious as champion either.
Logan Paul is a better wrestler than LA Knight. But LA Knight is just the most charismatic person on the fucking planet right now.
All right, Nick, you can't even argue. I like LA Knight. A
I
lot,
know,
but
it was
Logan
more of
is
a-
athletic.
It was a head shake of fuck, he's right. But I mean,
Yeah,
granted,
well,
too,
I mean,
LA Knight's 39, so
And
Yeah.
Logan Paul looks like he's going to die in the next 5 years. What's your point? Like, he looks like a ghost. So how old is a ghost, Be any
but
age.
Logan Paul is not the best wrestler in the match, so there's that too.
But he's
No, he's
pretty
not.
comparable, considering
Yeah,
how,
no,
and experience-wise, how good he is, though. Like,
no,
know,
I totally agree. Listen,
like who's better
I'm
than him?
so-
Nakamura when he cared, yeah, but not Nakamura now, who doesn't give a fuck. You think Nakamura's taking any crazy bumps in this match? No.
no.
Ricochet's gonna bump his ass off. Ricochet and Logan are gonna have the spot in the match.
Yeah, they're
yeah,
a great spot.
Ricochet's probably the best wrestler there.
I don't. I mean, he's the most
Butch.
athletic.
I was gonna say either Butch. Yeah, I was gonna say Butch.
But yeah,
Oh,
it's
shit.
Butch.
I forgot Butch was in the match. Yeah,
So
no,
Understandable.
Yeah, because it's
Okay,
Butch.
fine.
Because he should be Pete Dunne again. I mean, and low key, Santos Escobar is a very good wrestler. He just
Yeah,
oh my
he was
god,
my other
I
option,
forgot he
too.
was in it as well.
But
a
he's
great
also the victory for Santos is that he's in the match on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's-
Well,
He
yeah,
will
he's-
also have a crazy spot.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, like since he's been called up, he's Rey Mysterio's buddy, but the dude can go.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm so relieved that Cody Rhodes is not in this match that I really honestly don't care who wins. I'm just ecstatic that
It's not
he's
Cody.
not being Cody to death at the moment.
It
I
would
know
have
how
been.
you guys feel about him, so I won't go too hard, but I'm just really glad he's not winning.
Are you just mad at Cody because he left AEW? Like, is it just from a place of hurt? Because I understand.
It's still that. I feel very much betrayed.
Yeah, and I get that because I do feel like it's a sneaky move and he took advantage of being that first major person to jump over because that person's going to get rewarded more than like the second, third, fourth big name to jump over. So like it is opportunistic of him, and I'll always have that little bit of like, I'll always keep that in mind. But he's just been so good, and the fact that he's gone this long without getting booed in WWE is like, I have to tip my hat off to him. But I'm gonna draw a
He's
line.
firing on all cylinders. I cannot, and he's definitely world champion material, and I'm sure he'll get it. I'm glad that right now they're letting it breathe a little more. Even though
but if he was in this match, he wouldn't win it. So he could have been in it, and there's just more adversity for him to overcome. But drawing a line, we're moving on. We should have ended with that, but I just figured it's not going to main event the show, so we'll end with the match that's going to main event the show. But before that, we have another Money in the Bank ladder match where I'm also going to take. I think it's going to go similarly to our last conversation. And I'm just going to go right off the bat. And I guess I'll tell you who's in this match. But we got Zoey Stark, who is not going to win, but will be an important player in the match. You got Zelina Vega, who will be in the match. You got Bayley, who will not win this match, but will have a less important, but still somewhat important role in this match that develops one of two stories in this match. You have Trish Stratus, the dark horse of winning this match. You have Becky Lynch, the runner-up to win this match. And you have Io Sky, everyone's LA Knight of this match. But I'm going to explain what's great about this match and then explain why, once again, I don't think just going with the person you I don't think it's going to be Io. But, that's not true. I'm torn on it. But this match is way better than the men's one in terms of build. This match has two stories intertwined going into this match. You have the breakup of Damage Control, everything going on with Bayley and Io, and then you have Trish, Becky, and Zoey, and then you have Zelina Vega, who was just there again. But so you got two stories, one blood feud. I'm use blood feud a little liberally, but you have one blood feud between Becky and Trish and Zoey. They did bust their nose open, so I guess it's blood feud. And then you have the imploding of Damage Control, and those are both going to be big threads for this match. So in terms of story, I just think this match will be better because there's going to be two major threads that dictate the whole match. You'll have Becky constantly trying to take out Zoey and Trish and then constantly stopping her from winning and vice versa. And then you will have that moment where I think Bayley will ultimately screw Io Sky out of winning the match, which is why I'm just going to go first. And I'm going to go with my heart and my bias and who I want to win. And I just want Becky to win. And I'm going to explain to you a couple of reasons why. One, I think you tell a better story with Io turning face by having Bayley screw her and having her just turn face, and then she could beat Asuka, who is a heel, and just have a straight up match, as opposed to having her win the briefcase and cash in like a heel to then turn face. So I think we just get the payoff of the tension between Bayley and Io in this match, and then that sets Io up, who has, again, I'm going to use a compare. I mean, Io has been better booked than LA Knight in ring wise, obviously, but she hasn't really done much. She hasn't really had a feud, since they lost the tag titles. So giving her this feud is what will launch her to the next level, because we all like Io. We all borderline love Io. I think two of you are pissed off about everything I'm saying right now, but
you're bringing me around.
She is not there yet. The Puerto Rican crowd was fantastic. There's been no crowds cheering her like that since, not even resembling that. And perfect example, the Summit on Monday, which I thought was a beautiful go-home segment where everyone got to say their piece, except Becky, who just punched Trish in the face, which was her piece. But Io wasn't really getting the pop there, which I was surprised at. I genuinely thought, because going into Mania, she had the match with Becky. She was getting that pop because they made a whole point of it. You're holding Io back. Io's so good. When are we going to see that? You get that chance in the match against Bianca in Puerto Rico where the crowd is unglued. There's been nothing resembling that since. So I think the women Money in the Bank also needs some rehabilitation, because we all agree right now, 100%. I can speak for all of us when I say the winner should not cash in tomorrow night.
For the love of God, please don't have that happen. Or Monday or next Friday. Give me at least 4 months with somebody with this fucking briefcase.
Yes. And my reason for picking Becky, besides my obvious bias, is who has been doing press all week? Becky Lynch,
Facts.
Seth Rollins. You know who always does press? Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins. You know who never does press? Io Sky. And yeah, you got to start somewhere. You got to start doing press at some point. So again, I'm not saying Io's a bad choice. I just think you shouldn't always put Money in the Bank on established people, but you should do it once in a while. And there has been a report that one of the winners, most likely the women's, will not successfully cash in. That will destroy Io Sky if she cashes in unsuccessfully. Becky cashes in unsuccessfully, it's because she's a face and she calls it out ahead of time. It's like, Rhea, fight me at SummerSlam. And then she doesn't win. Everything's fine. Like, the world moves on. Becky's fine. Rhea looks great. You know, what champion seems more likely to thwart a cash in? Rhea. Now, yes, you can cross brands with the briefcase, but, you know, we don't want to disrespect the brand split, you know? We all totally respect the brand split. Zelina Vega was not on Raw this Monday. Neither was Damage Control. I made up that Summit segment. It didn't happen. So that being said, and also Becky has made such a big deal out of wanting to win. Now, to go against my own points, she touched the briefcase on Monday. So that's, you know, she can't win now possibly. But to go against that, that's dumb. Stop doing that. That's a dumb thing. Like, let's move on from that trope, which they have occasionally moved on for it, but we don't remember the times where someone's held up the title and then ended up actually winning it. But I just want Becky to win it because she really wants to. She really wants that feather in her cap, that last accolade, to say she's done everything.
But you can't want that. You can't want that. Because we all wanted it for Sheamus, and you said we were wrong. So, you know what? Not everybody gets everything. Becky, you main evented WrestleMania. You don't need Money in the Bank.
Oh, you see, you wanted it for... Okay, so, what a great world we lived in where Sheamus beat Gunther, and Gunther's not going to break the record. Yeah, cool. Glad we don't have that. Even though I just offered...
No, but you don't ever want Sheamus to get the Intercontinental title.
You can do it after the record's broken. It doesn't matter at that point. Okay, but like occasionally, yeah, like
I hold it back then. If you've softened, I will unharden as well.
Yeah, but you also shouldn't form your opinion based on like my opinion on another thing, you know. But
we here at the Mark It Down podcast value continuity, and maybe it's the OCD I have, but there needs to be balance.
Orange Cassidy disorder, because I definitely have that.
We noticed.
But yeah, so like I said, in conclusion, I'm just going with Becky because I want her to win. You can also have Io win, but I also, like I said earlier, you could have Trish win, and I think that'd be kind of fun. Because Trish can easily fail to cash in because she's in a feud with Becky. And then again, Rhea looks good because she's like, bro, are you kidding me? You can't cash in on me. I'm too fucking good. Just think of a world where Rhea's thwarted a cash in, Dom is beating Cody, and Priest and Finn are just there, you know? Well, Finn will probably be kicked out of Judgment Day by then. But, you know, I think it'll just be fun because Becky's set up. Again, the beautiful thing of what they've done on Raw was they have so many plates spinning. You got a Rhea Raquel plate spinning for the short term. Now you have a Becky Rhea plate spinning for the long term. You have the Damage Control breakup coming. But right now, and the other reason I think Io shouldn't win, and again, that's just me being like, it's WWE, the women's not going to hold on to it for long. Asuka is tied up with the Charlotte Bianca nonsense, and who fucking knows how long that vortex is going to be going on. So that's all the information we have. With all that being said, James, why do you still think it's going to be Io?
No, I don't think it's going to be Io. I really want it to be Zoey Stark.
It's not going to be, but it'd be cool. I'd be fine with it, but like,
Chad,
you
you can't ask to go first every time. I want it to be Zoey simply because I didn't
have to go first. I just wanted to go before you.
I understand. I'm sorry. I want it to be Zoey for the simple fact
I have it written out who goes first. Sorry.
I want it to be Zoey because I want Trish to Christian her. I want Zoey to be the Luchasaurus to
Oh, that's fun.
Trish's Christian, where it's like, it's my briefcase. I want it. We want it. And it's like, what? And then you could turn Zoey against Trish eventually, getting her some support, some love, and putting her off on her own journey once Trish is done.
Chad has his hands on his head right now because you have taken everything from him.
And you know what I like about that great idea you've had, James, is it really ties into what Trish's whole shtick right now is basically like a Jericho shtick. So she might as well just take from another, top tier Canadian from AEW.
And it works because like there was that whole Trish Stratus, Chris Jericho feud, like where Trish was like Christian's, like, So it's like she learned it from sucking face with him all those years ago.
Yeah, thank you, Trish is literally Jericho Appreciation Society kind of stuff.
Absolutely,
God, she got around back in the day. On screen.
It's not her fault.
On camera, on screen.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a very James movie there.
Hey, no.
But I think I actually really like what you laid out. So we'll put Trish and Zoey together as the dark horses. Like someone of that group can win this match, but I do think neither of them would successfully cash in. So do you want that for Zoey? Because I don't mind it for Trish.
But that's my thing. If Trish tries using Zoey's briefcase, cashes in and fails, you have a genuine reason for them to turn against each other. Zoey to be the wronged babyface.
Yeah, true, but I think you gotta keep Zoey heel for a long time. I think she's not gonna thrive as a babyface.
How certain are we that this is going to be an unsuccessful cash-in?
No, I would say it's like 50-50.
We have to be open to the possibility because of some reports.
Yeah, and because the women haven't had an unsuccessful cash-in yet, so you got to think that that's due. And
the men didn't have it for a long time, so
I think it'll be successful. I just think they need to hold the briefcase more than 24 hours this time.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to say confidently, but I do think they will hold it for a decent amount of time.
Well, Chad, I can guarantee you this. If they get through the pay-per-view, it'll be till at least Monday because the pay-per-view is on a Saturday.
So that'll make it the second longest held Money in the Bank.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's crazy. What a record setter Carmella is. Chad, I assume you want to say Zoey Stark as well, but do you have anything else to add, or did James, or are you just going to copy everything James said?
Oh, fuck off. I had such a spiel, and I just thought it was going to be so great. And James, the moment you mentioned Christian and Luchasaurus, I just immediately fucking hate you. So what I will add is there are two people who I definitely know are not going to win, and that is Bayley and Zelina Vega. It's up in the air for anyone else. Also, I would like to combat your LA Knight situation with Io Sky to let you know.
Past that. Okay, sorry. Hold on.
To let you know that Io Sky is a two-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, a one-time
what an accolade.
A one-time NXT Women's Tag Team Champion, and also the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winner. So Io is
and NXT Women's Champion.
I was gonna say, she was NXT Women's Champion.
Either way, she's a 5-time champion. She's supremely decorated.
No, I only compare her in the sense that she's a smart the crowd. Yeah, the crowd's like, oh, it has to be Io. It's 100, like it's definitely Io this year. And it's like it's really not definitely Io, but like it's probably Io. Like it's just not as guaranteed as everyone's making it out to be.
It's not definitely Io. However, she was like female competitor of the year once, so it can make sense. What I just mean, she has many more accolades. Yeah, she's
a better wrestler than LA Knight. Like that's.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You're getting at.
I can see Becky winning. I don't think anybody could be mad at that. Even if she's one of the most like the winningest women wrestlers. I don't think anybody would have an actual problem with Becky winning. I can definitely
well,
see.
let me say the one other thing I did forget to say with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with giving it to the hometown girl, definitely from the UK, Irish Becky Lynch.
Oh
WWE
boy,
thinks it's all the same.
No.
It's all the same. That's why Sheamus went against Gunther at Clash of the Castles. It's all the same. They're the same exact place. They're like, oh my God, you're from here. We're gonna cheer you
Just
because you're one
pissed
of
off
us.
An entire country.
Did I or did WWE? Because that's their actual mindset. And why
That
didn't
I
they
agree
do
with,
Sheamus
but
then?
they are not the same place. It's not the
You don't
UK.
got to tell that to me, bro. Speak to Vince. Speak to Triple H, bro. Like I know that. Kind of.
Just choose
Anyway,
your words
Chad, you were
carefully.
saying? I feel like I articulated myself perfectly there because I was encapsulating someone else's point of view, not my own. So. Also, oh my God, the UK is going to be mad at me. Oh no, what are they going to
No,
do?
the
Make a
Irish
good
are going to be
sitcom
mad
about
at
me?
you. The Irish
Oh my
are going to be
God.
mad at you.
Bro, they're going to trip over a rock and hit their head because they're drunk. I'm not worried about it.
Sheesh.
Also, I'm part Irish, like I can say this.
Thank God I have my headphones in this neighborhood. Yeah, Chad.
But yeah, I can see Io winning. I can see Trish winning. I can definitely see Becky winning. But for all the reasons James said, I say strap it on Zoey, make her a huge heel, make her hold the briefcase for a while, with or without Trish. She can even turn on Trish that night
That's something.
and get the briefcase and become like just
Not that
the
night.
hugest
No,
heel.
definitely Christian Luchasaurus it for a little bit before she turns on her.
I mean, yeah, but the idea is not fucking original anymore. So
And then it can't be good if it's not original. Yeah, I understand.
But we could be a united
understand.
front. We
No,
could be
and
a united front.
A United Kingdom, if you will.
A
But
United Empire.
Yeah.
I am
if it's not an
absolutely
original
still-
thought, it's not a good thought. We all know that. If you
Yeah.
can't think of it yourself, it's not good. You know.
Yeah, look at Avatar.
I'm so upset that James
In
said
general,
that.
or okay.
Yeah,
Sad.
in general, I'm kind of an angry person, but damn,
doesn't show.
like,
It
That
really
does
doesn't
not
show.
seem real
Yeah.
at all.
it's very much real.
It's
I hate
real.
you, James. I just hate you. But
I
yeah,
love you. I love you. I'm sorry.
Don't
Shawn
come
Michaels
back
super
my
pick. Sweet
hatred
shit
with
music.
love. What are you, Brandy Rhodes? Yeah, I think Zoe Starks is the way. It makes sense to me. I see it. I want her to hold it for a few months. I want her to beat everybody's ass, turn on everyone, be a super duper heel, and then just take it. Oh, I guess I didn't think who she should take it from.
Yeah,
Well, if
I
she's
mean,
gonna hold it that long. We don't know who's gonna have the title, so
well, Rhea will still have the title, but
probably.
But now
Asuka
I'm
will
also,
not still have the title if she holds it for like 2 months. There'll be a different champion for sure. But
I'm also thinking if a super heel wins, they can't cash in on Rhea because Rhea is like super. She gets cheered, but she's like
Technically a
super heel, and as heel as they come right now. Damn, but I don't. Asuka's heel too, though.
somehow in a few, it makes no fucking sense. But that's a whole nother thing we're not going to talk about because they're not on the show.
So maybe Io, and she takes it from Asuka. That might pan out better storyline wise.
No, I already established that pans out worse because you could just have Io beat Asuka in a regular match. You don't need to get the briefcase involved in that. But you know,
Yeah.
we'll see. Stick with your guns. Stick with your guns with Zoe. I like the pick. I'm a fan of the Zoe Stark pick, even if it wasn't your idea. You know.
But now it also looks really good for Becky, who's a face, a super face.
Well, yeah, she's the only one who got cheered during that segment, which is another.
Yeah.
I don't want to indict Io because I really like Io and I'm biased. So like, I don't want to sound like I'm fucking trashing her. I just want to say that like, she has not been getting the reactions she should be getting. Like, she should be getting better reactions. But that's why I think the feud with Bayley first will be what gets her back to the level that she should be at. That's why I think
But
the
as you
feud first.
said,
But that's why that opens it up for a Zoey or a Trish win. Like that doesn't just mean then Becky wins. That means you guys could be right that it could be Zoey or a Trish or whoever Rev thinks is gonna win. Who I assume is gonna pick Vega because he like has a little crush on her.
but does it like? Do we not want to see Becky versus Rhea?
We do, but I don't need it to be because of the briefcase. And
No,
like
but
Becky
I don't-
even said it. Becky even said it on TV. I think it was either this week or like a week ago.
It was
It's
this
like,
week.
Yeah, it's like I don't need the brief. I don't need the title. The title needs me. I only want the briefcase to mess with you. And
Wow. Yeah, I would hate for the person to have the briefcase to have motivation and to give the briefcase meaning and power and almost
no,
give the
of
briefcase
course.
itself a story.
no, of course.
But
they
that's
should.
explaining why it would be good for her
I
to
don't know.
have it.
I don't. I just don't think she needs it. And
So
No,
you know what we do?
what?
I don't think anyone needs it right now except for maybe Zoey. I don't even think Io needs it.
I'm
But
all-
I would love
I'm
for
all in on
Rev to give
Zelina.
a
I'm all
to
in
go,
on
but
Zelina.
like
So this is
Alright.
what we do. We have Zoey win the briefcase. We have Trish beat Rhea at SummerSlam, and we have immediately after Zoey cashes in on Trish. With
all right,
help.
Rev, who do you have in this match? Because that's
You know,
Yeah.
I've had enough time to think. You think I would have been able to pick it? I'm still not 100%. I can tell you I'm not picking Zelina Vega.
no faith.
Boo, boo.
And you know, it's funny. I was originally gonna pick Io, but I forgot that Zoey was running with Trish. And what you said, Danny, about Io and Bayley and having them turn on each other, or Bayley turn on Io in the match and allowing it to be a regular match actually makes a lot more sense to me, I think, than Io having the briefcase. As much as I would like Io to have the briefcase, I think what you said about her just facing Asuka straight up might be a bit better after she faces Bayley, obviously, because Bayley turns on her. But I actually think, and this kind of goes against what I was saying with the men, or maybe not against but because my initial thought was Trish and Becky were going to take each other out, and that would have cleared a path for whoever, and I was going to pick Io. But with Zoey there, I think Zoey and Becky are going to end up taking each other out at Trish's behest. And I think Trish is going to win the briefcase because she can win it. She can disappear for a while, and then her return is going to get an insane pop. And then I think she beats whoever she cashes in on, and then eventually, which could be Becky, if you think about it. If Becky does maybe face Rhea and wins, and Trish cashes in on Becky, that sets up that feud even further. So I think Trish just makes a lot of sense here. I think that gives you a very long, briefcase time, or time with briefcase, I guess would be the better way to say it. It lets it disappear for a while, which gives you a nice out of sight, out of mind thing. You're not really thinking about it. Kind of like what you were saying with the men, but I think this just makes more sense with Trish, because when Trish comes back and cashes in, she'll be around. She'll be there with the title. She'll be on TV.
I mean, she's been around a lot for the past 4 months.
I know,
she's been around almost every week.
Very well at that.
Yeah,
and not in ring, but character-wise, fantastic.
Yeah, and
that's what I mean.
You can have her hold the briefcase for a while and set it up where you set up her versus Becky at maybe WrestleMania, maybe the Rumble, wherever you want to do it. You set that up, for the title. And I think, especially if she cashed in against Becky to win the title. So I think that's my pick. I'm going to go with Trish. I think it makes a lot of sense. I don't know how you end up there with Zoey in terms of what happens with her. I guess she feuds with Becky for a while then, because she cost Becky the briefcase, which I think is a good feud for her. Because I think if you put the briefcase on Zoey, you are just fucking putting a rocket on her. And if you want to do that, cool. But Trish, to me, makes a lot of sense in this situation. So that's my pick.
I think we've all brought really good fucking points to the table, except for Chad, because he just copied what James said. But there's so many directions, and what you just said too about Zoey, like you could put the rock on her. The thing is, you'd be putting the rocket on her with no direction. And that's
Yeah.
where it's like, maybe it works out fine, but maybe it crashes and burns. I laid out some direction with Becky. You laid out a lot of direction with Trish. And, we gave some direction to Zoey, too, especially with the whole Tristan of it all, if you will, a combination, a portmanteau of Trish and Christian, if you will. So I think we've all just proven that this is the superior of the two ladder matches. Like, I know everyone loves LA Knight, and I do too. I know it didn't sound like it, but like I do too. But like this match is so much more interesting. There's so much story in it, and there's so many tangible, interesting directions that this can go.
There's far more
now,
like legitimate variance to this match as opposed to the men's match, I think.
And now, to be fair, Becky can take out both Zoey and Trish. Bayley can take out Io, and Zelina Vega could fucking just waltz up the ladder and win the match. And cash in the same night, because if she wins 100%, she cashes in the same night. Even though she literally can't. Oh, this is the best part, guys. They cannot cash in the same night because the champions aren't having matches. Rhea will be there, but she's not going to be wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And the women aren't having it unless something happens on SmackDown and they make a triple threat, which I don't know if they could. Please keep this a 7-match card, Triple Vince. Please. I'm so grateful for that. I loved Forbidden Door, but it was too long, as always. But we've all laid out great things. And now, everyone, you get fucking 27 seconds each. Who gives a fuck about Bloodline Civil War?
I
Chad,
do.
27 seconds. That's why you're going last. 27 seconds. Let me start it over. Starting now. Who's going to win?
Yeah. Roman and Solo.
All right. Sounds good to me. Look at that. Got it done in 10 seconds. Rev, 27 seconds. Who's going to win? Starting now.
I think it's going to be the Usos. I think that they need to prove that they're going to make a clean break from Roman and that the bloodline is, dead. I'm curious to see what happens with Solo and them wanting to fight him, but they've shown a lot of affinity for super kicking Solo, so we'll see there. But I think, at some point you got to start setting up main event Jay versus Roman, so I'm going to pick the Usos here. 2 seconds
on the dot. 1 second. It got to one. But
it was 2 on my screen in my defense.
That's fair. James, apparently you fucking care, so I'll give you a little bit more time. How's 34 seconds? I'll give you 34? Okay.
Yeah,
Starting now.
Seconds.
I think Roman and Solo are going to win, but the real story is what's going to be after the match when Roman and Solo just decimate Jimmy. Like, they make Jay watch, they absolutely decimate Jimmy, and that's what sets up Roman versus Jay for SummerSlam. And yeah, I think I understand wanting the Usos to win and separate from Roman and Solo. And realistically, the established team should win. The longest reigning team of all time should win, but Roman needs a win back.
I believe.
Okay. So you want to set up Jay as the #1 contender by having him lose the pay-per-view before. Do you see why the Roman bookings made no sense since Mania?
It's never needed the title. None of this has needed the title.
Which is the other thing I wanted to say. The only thing I really want to say about it is, man, how did any of this need the title still? But I'm just going to say the Usos win to set up one of them facing Roman at SummerSlam or whatever. But real quick, I got a couple special messages from one of our viewers.
What in the bloody hell?
I don't know if you guys heard that.
I heard it.
I did.
Beans on toast. Beans on toast.
Is that me?
We'll be dodging bombs in Belfast today.
Definitely not me.
Let me guess. That's JL.
Piccadilly Circus. Piccadilly Circus.
No, that is JB, John Blattner. I messaged him like 2 hours ago, like, hey, can you just record a couple of random things in British accent so I could play it during the pod? And he just sent it to me 4 minutes ago. So he got it just under the wire. So,
James, I think Jimmy's going to face Roman at SummerSlam, not Jay.
That would be awful.
That would be awful.
Because I think
What
what you said. No, I think what you said about the beatdown is going to happen. They face each other. Roman wins because I don't think Roman's losing the title at SummerSlam. If they are going to push this all the way to the next WrestleMania,
it's going to next Mania. And it's hopefully Cody.
Then I think Jimmy has to try to beat Roman first and lose, and then Jay eventually beats him.
Counterpoint. I have no desire to watch Roman versus Jimmy on pay-per-view. SmackDown, sure. Pay-per-view, no thank you. Go ahead,
plenty of time between now and SummerSlam. Do we need to go? I feel like we can wrap it up. We don't need to keep talking about this nonsense, right?
I think Chad needs to go.
Just a very quick question. Who has the most DUIs? Who's the one who has
Jimmy.
like the
Jimmy's the bad
Jimmy.
one. Jimmy's the bad one.
No, we don't want him anywhere near any premium live events if we can help it.
Well, he's going to
also hopefully he's not driving at all over here because you know, it's probably going to get confused by driving on the other side of the road. So
they should actually write him off after Saturday.
I think they needed special permission to even go.
I think they need to write him up. Like,
I know in Canada they did, but I don't know what laws for the UK are.
They should send him to rehab and kayfabe an injury immediately.
Yeah,
Jay can.
I agree. I agree. Anyway, I don't want to disparage. Look, the Bloodline story has been really good. It does not need the title anymore. It should have been at this point with no title because then the Usos are more justified in that, whereas Roman is just like, there's no need for him to be holding three. First of all, get rid of the other two titles. He has a new unified one. Stop carrying around the other ones.
Oh, I think it's cool that he carries around all of them still.
I think it looks cool, but it's stupid. So like, it's more like
they'll get rid of them when he loses. And then that person will take the one title and hold it up, and bada bing, bada boom.
That's too long. You should just do it for a couple weeks, fine, and then you should just get rid of it at the next pay-per-view and just have the one title. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, I think we're split here. We got some people going for Roman and Solo, and then half of us are going for the Usos. Either way, I'm probably going to turn the show off at that point anyway. Like, I don't care about watching the match. But maybe we'll review it. It's at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, so that actually kind of fucks with our schedules a little bit. But
can confirm
that it fucks with our schedules. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll be at my grandmother's birthday, so happy birthday, Grandma.
Oh my God! Happy birthday to your grandma! But like, bro.
Yes, I know. I always have a family event.
Oh my God.
Guys, you don't understand how often I have a family event. Like, I have my grandmother's birthday this weekend. 2 of my cousins graduated school, so I got their party next weekend. I always got something going on family related. Italians, man.
But anyway, guys, put your predictions in the comments below, or don't. I'm not your dad. I don't even know what that's like. But give us a like. Follow us on all the social platforms. They'll be in the description. Shout us out there. Talk to us. Interact. We welcome it. You might be met with sarcasm. You might be met with cheery-eyed joy, depending on who answers. But you might be ignored because, only some of us respond to your comments. But either way, don't drink and drive. Be nice to animals. And enjoy the show, but please leave. We all want to go to bed now. You might be watching this in the daytime, but it is nighttime here. And me and Chad and Rev have work in the morning. I don't know about James.
All can't be Oliver Queen.
Yeah, true. All right, so yeah, anyway, like I said, be nice to
that was
animals.
the nicest thing anyone said to James ever.
Yeah, don't let him have it. Let's cut this off now. Hit stop.